Chapter 1: Childhood Dreams. Leonardo DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in a bustling, colorful part of Los Angeles, California, known as Hollywood. His parents, George DiCaprio and Ermeline Inden Birkin, both held a deep love for art and creativity, and this was a huge part of Leonardo's childhood. George was an underground comic artist and distributor, and his keen interest in storytelling and visual expression had a profound influence on Leonardo. Ermeline, Leonardo's mother, was a legal secretary, but she also had an appreciation for art and culture. She was a constant source of support and encouragement for Leonardo. Even as a little boy, Leonardo found himself immersed in a world full of artistic expressions and eclectic characters. His neighborhood was a melting pot of cultures, filled with street performers, musicians, and artists. This unique blend of experiences often led to exciting, and sometimes challenging, adventures for young Leonardo. Living in the vibrant heart of Los Angeles, the allure of the silver screen was never far away. From a young age, Leonardo was fascinated by movies. He would often visit the local movie theater, eyes wide with excitement, getting lost in the magical world of cinema. The power of storytelling through film captivated his young mind. He imagined himself as the heroic figures he saw on the big screen, battling dragons, exploring alien worlds, or solving complex mysteries. His parents, noticing his passion for performing, encouraged him. They took him to auditions, waiting patiently with him for hours, hoping for an opportunity that would let their son shine. Leonardo, on his part, was determined to impress. He would memorize lines diligently, practice expressions in the mirror, and even create little skits at home. It was clear to everyone who knew him, Leonardo was born to be a star. However, his journey to stardom was not as straightforward as one might imagine. Leonardo faced numerous rejections and obstacles that threatened to overshadow his dreams. But every time he fell, he would pick himself up, dust off the disappointment, and step back into the world of auditions with renewed determination. Leonardo's spirit was unbreakable, a trait that would, in time, become a cornerstone of his success. The city of Los Angeles, with its glittering promise of fame, its vibrant art scene, and the steadfast support of his parents, set the stage for Leonardo's dreams of stardom. Little did he know then how brightly his star would one day shine in the Hollywood sky. This was the beginning of Leonardo DiCaprio's journey, a journey that started in the heart of Hollywood and would take him to unimaginable heights. As we explore his early life, we get a glimpse of the star Leonardo was destined to become. Leonardo DiCaprio's journey to fame was not a straight path. Despite his passion for acting and a supportive family, he faced many challenges early in his career. These initial obstacles would test his dedication and shape him into the resilient performer he is today. As a young boy in Hollywood, Leonardo was no stranger to auditions. He would accompany his parents to various studios, clutching scripts in his small hands, his heart filled with hopes and dreams. These auditions were often exhausting and demoralizing. He would stand in long lines, wait for hours, and often walk away without a callback. But Leonardo, ever determined, never let rejection slow him down. Each no he heard was a push to try harder, a challenge to prove himself. He was just a young boy, but he had the spirit of a true artist, a spirit that refused to back down. The countless auditions were not just a test of his talent, but also of his perseverance and passion for acting. However, not all auditions ended in rejection. Sometimes he would land a small role, an extra in a commercial, or a line or two in a television show. These small parts, though not major breakthroughs, were still victories for young Leonardo. They were stepping stones, learning experiences that taught him about the world of acting. There were also instances where Leonardo was cast for roles that never made it to the screen. This was another challenging aspect of the acting industry. Not all projects were successful, and sometimes work that an actor had poured their heart and soul into would never be seen by an audience. One such incident in Leonardo's early career was when he was cast in a television series that was cancelled before it could even premiere. For Leonardo, who had worked diligently on his role, this was a significant setback. However, instead of letting it discourage him, he used the experience as a lesson in resilience. These early struggles shaped Leonardo's approach to acting and fame. They taught him that success was not guaranteed, that the path to stardom was fraught with challenges, but they also taught him the importance of perseverance, determination, and resilience. Leonardo's early experiences in the acting industry, from the countless auditions to the roles that never saw the light of day, were not failures, but foundations. They were crucial chapters in his journey that honed his skills, strengthened his resolve, and prepared him for the incredible success that was to come. This part of Leonardo's life reminds us that the road to achieving our dreams may not always be smooth, but the struggles we face along the way are the stepping stones to our ultimate success. Leonardo DiCaprio's early struggles are a testament to his unwavering determination and passion for acting. And as we will see, this would eventually lead him to the pinnacle of Hollywood stardom. After many auditions, small roles, and disappointments, a golden opportunity finally came Leonardo DiCaprio's way. His breakthrough role in television opened the doors of Hollywood for him, setting the stage for a star in the making. In the early 1990s, Leonardo bagged a recurring role in a popular television show titled Growing Pains. This family sitcom revolved around the everyday life of the Seaver family, and Leonardo played a homeless boy named Luke Brower, who the Seavers take in. Getting a part in this well-loved show was a significant achievement for young Leonardo. It was his first steady acting job and provided him the opportunity to showcase his talent on a bigger stage. The character of Luke Brower, though troubled, was sympathetic and endearing, giving Leonardo a chance to explore a depth of emotion in his acting that he hadn't previously had. The cast and crew of Growing Pains were experienced and supportive. Working with them helped Leonardo learn the ropes of television production, from understanding script nuances to mastering the timing of comedy. He watched, he learned, and he grew, both as an actor and as a person. His performances were well received, and his charming presence on the small screen quickly won the hearts of many viewers. Being part of Growing Pains was not just about learning to act, though. It was also about dealing with the fame that came with being on a popular show. Leonardo started getting recognized on the streets, and he had to adapt to this new reality. However, he managed to handle his growing fame with grace and humility, never allowing it to distract him from his passion for acting. Though Growing Pains ended after a couple of years, Leonardo's journey had just begun. The recognition he received from the show caught the attention of Hollywood casting directors. Offers for film roles started coming in, and Leonardo found himself at the doorstep of a promising movie career. His time on Growing Pains had equipped him with valuable skills and exposure. It served as a stepping stone, paving the way for his transition from television to film. The show may have ended, but for Leonardo DiCaprio, it was just the beginning. It was his first taste of stardom, a peek into the limelight that was about to shine brightly on him. This chapter in Leonardo's life was a critical turning point, marking his shift from a young boy with dreams to an up-and-coming actor on the brink of Hollywood fame. As we delve further into his journey, we will see how Leonardo used this early success as a springboard, diving headfirst into the world of cinema, eventually emerging as one of the most recognized faces in Hollywood. Chapter 2: Rising Through the Ranks. In Breaking Through Barriers, we delve into the journey of Leonardo DiCaprio as he navigated his way through the complexities of Hollywood. We get to see the young actor's dedication and his relentless pursuit of success, even when faced with rejection and hardship. Leonardo was born and raised in Los Angeles, the city of dreams, and from a young age, he was drawn to the magic of the silver screen. He found himself participating in several commercials and TV series, each experience adding a little more to his budding passion for acting. Despite his raw talent and dedication, Leonardo's journey to stardom wasn't an easy one. Hollywood was a tough place, especially for a newcomer without any industry connections. Leonardo found himself facing one rejection after another. However, he didn't let these setbacks discourage him. He took each no in stride, using it as a learning experience and fuel to work harder. One of Leonardo's early notable roles was in the television series Growing Pains, where he played a homeless teenager. His performance was praised by critics, and he became a familiar face to television audiences. While it wasn't a blockbuster movie, it was a significant milestone that propelled him closer to his Hollywood dreams. At a very young age, Leonardo learned one of the most critical lessons in life: persistence pays off. His steadfast commitment to his dream was commendable, and it eventually led him to his breakout role in the movie This Boy's Life, where he starred alongside Robert De Niro. This film opened the door to bigger opportunities and set the foundation for the stellar career that lay ahead. Breaking Through Barriers showcases Leonardo's humble beginnings, his struggle, and his breakthrough. It serves as an inspiring testament to his tenacity and the sheer will that has shaped his journey from a dreamy-eyed boy to an international superstar. This part of his life provides an essential understanding of the grit and determination that's central to his character, both on-screen and off-screen. As we move forward, we will explore how Leonardo built upon this early success and how he started to carve a niche for himself in Hollywood. A Taste of Recognition follows Leonardo DiCaprio's extraordinary performance in the 1993 film What's Eating Gilbert Grape? It was this film that offered Leonardo his first taste of recognition on an international stage, landing him his first Oscar nomination. In What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leonardo played the role of Arnie Grape, a young boy with a developmental disability. It was a challenging part to play, demanding not just a physical transformation, but a mental one as well. Leonardo, however, dived into the character with commitment and grace. He prepared for the role with meticulous detail, researching extensively to ensure that his portrayal was accurate and sensitive. He spent time at homes for children with similar disabilities, observing their behavior and interacting with them. He learned their mannerisms, their challenges, and their joys, incorporating these insights into his portrayal of Arnie Grape. The making of What's Eating Gilbert Grape was an intense process for Leonardo. The film had a somber tone and dealt with complex themes of family dynamics, responsibility, and the struggle of living with a disability. Despite the heavy subject matter, Leonardo carried the role with an air of authenticity, delicacy, and even humor that was deeply moving. Working alongside experienced actors like Johnny Depp, who played his older brother Gilbert Grape, provided another opportunity for Leonardo to learn and grow. He observed their performances, absorbing everything he could from their expertise. The film was a critical success, and Leonardo's performance was highly praised. Critics lauded his detailed, sensitive, and convincing portrayal of Arnie. At just 19 years old, he received his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, a remarkable achievement that signaled his arrival as a serious talent in Hollywood. This Oscar nomination was a milestone in Leonardo's career. It provided a taste of recognition from the most prestigious award-giving body in the film industry. Yet, true to his nature, Leonardo didn't let this early success inflate his ego. Instead, it fueled his desire to improve, to explore more complex roles, and to become an even better actor. A Taste of Recognition reveals a pivotal time in Leonardo DiCaprio's career. His role in What's Eating Gilbert Grape offered him the chance to showcase his dedication to his craft and his ability to immerse himself completely in a character. His first Oscar nomination was a testament to his talent, setting the stage for his continued rise in Hollywood. As we continue exploring his journey, we will see how this recognition laid the groundwork for the iconic roles and incredible success still to come. Building a reputation follows Leonardo DiCaprio's next critical steps in the acting industry, as he began to establish himself as a versatile and dynamic actor. Through his choice of roles in diverse films, Leonardo began to create a reputation for himself that went beyond being just a promising young talent. After the success of What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leonardo had a myriad of opportunities before him. He could have easily been typecast into similar roles, but he consciously chose to avoid that path. Instead, he pursued a range of roles that tested his acting prowess and stretched his capabilities. In the film The Basketball Diaries, Leonardo played the role of Jim Carroll, a high school basketball player who struggles with drug addiction. His portrayal of the troubled teenager descending into the abyss of addiction was raw, intense, and deeply moving. The role required a physical and emotional commitment that Leonardo delivered with dedication. Another milestone came with the film Romeo plus Juliet, where Leonardo took on the role of Romeo in this modern retelling of Shakespeare's classic play. Leonardo, with his youthful charm and intense emotive abilities, brought a fresh perspective to the timeless character, resonating with a young audience while maintaining the tragic essence of the original story. With Titanic, Leonardo stepped into the world of epic romantic dramas. He portrayed Jack Dawson, a poor artist who falls in love with a wealthy woman aboard the ill-fated ship. The film became a global phenomenon, and Leonardo's compelling performance won hearts worldwide. These very roles showcased Leonardo's impressive range as an actor. He could portray a drug-addicted teenager, a Shakespearean hero, and a charming romantic lead with equal conviction. His performances were always marked by a deep understanding of the character and a commitment to authenticity. This period in Leonardo's career was not just about building a filmography. It was about building a reputation. Each role he chose added another layer to his capabilities as an actor, showing the industry and audiences that he was not one to be typecast. He was versatile, he was committed, and he was here to make a mark. Building a reputation marks a significant period in Leonardo DiCaprio's acting journey. Through a series of diverse and challenging roles, he established himself as a versatile actor capable of bringing depth and authenticity to any character he portrayed. As we progress in his journey, we will see how this reputation served as a foundation for the iconic roles that Leonardo would undertake in the years to come. Chapter 3. Heartthrob Status. In this chapter, we plunge into the making of Titanic, a film that brought Leonardo DiCaprio unprecedented fame and elevated him to the status of a global heartthrob. The film's success was meteoric, and Leonardo's portrayal of Jack Dawson is still remembered as one of the most iconic performances in film history. The journey started when Leonardo was cast as Jack Dawson, a spirited young artist who wins a ticket aboard the RMS Titanic. Jack Dawson was a character that embodied youthful energy, charm, and a sense of adventure, traits that Leonardo had already proven he could portray convincingly. However, the scale of Titanic was unlike anything he had worked on before. It was an epic romantic disaster film set in the backdrop of the infamous 1912 sinking of the Titanic. Filming Titanic was a massive undertaking. The production involved detailed sets, including a near-exact replica of the Titanic ship, complex stunts, and state-of-the-art visual effects. Leonardo had to navigate the physically demanding and logistically complex shooting schedule, which took several months and occurred mostly at sea. Despite these challenges, Leonardo demonstrated exceptional commitment to his role. The role of Jack Dawson required Leonardo to bring a mix of youthful optimism, romantic charm, and heroic courage to the screen. Leonardo's depiction of Jack's relationship with Rose, played by Kate Winslet, was deeply moving. The chemistry between the two actors was palpable, making their characters' tragic love story all the more heartbreaking and unforgettable. Upon its release in 1997, Titanic was an instant hit. The film captivated audiences worldwide and set new box office records. Leonardo's portrayal of Jack Dawson was universally praised. His charming performance, coupled with his boorish good looks, made him an instant heartthrob. The impact of Titanic on Leonardo's career was immense. Almost overnight, he went from being a promising young actor to a global superstar. His face was on magazine covers, and his name became known in households around the world. Leonardo was suddenly in the spotlight, his life under constant scrutiny. Despite the sudden surge in popularity and attention, Leonardo handled his fame with grace and humility. Sailing on the Titanic recounts the making of one of the most iconic films in Hollywood history, and its profound impact on Leonardo DiCaprio's career. Playing Jack Dawson in Titanic not only demonstrated Leonardo's talent and range as an actor, but also cemented his status as a global heartthrob. As we delve deeper into his journey, we will learn how Leonardo managed this newfound fame and continued to grow as an actor, even amidst the massive success of Titanic. In dealing with fame, we explore how Leonardo DiCaprio coped with his newfound status as a global superstar following the phenomenal success of Titanic. The sudden fame had significant effects on his personal and professional life, presenting both challenges and opportunities. After Titanic, Leonardo found himself in the eye of a media storm. His face was plastered on magazines worldwide, and his personal life became a subject of public interest. This level of attention was new for Leonardo, who had previously been able to maintain a relatively private life. Fame brought with it a lot of changes. Leonardo was now recognized everywhere he went, and privacy became a luxury. Simple activities like going to a restaurant or taking a walk in the park turned into media events. Despite the invasion of his personal space, Leonardo handled the attention with grace. He maintained his humble attitude, appreciating his fans' love and support, while also making an effort to keep his private life away from the public eye. On a professional level, the success of Titanic opened new doors for Leonardo. He was now one of the most sought-after actors in Hollywood, and scripts from the biggest directors in the industry were landing on his doorstep. Leonardo, however, was keen on ensuring that his career decisions were not influenced by his newfound fame. Instead of going for blockbuster roles that would capitalize on his heartthrob status, Leonardo chose to take a different path. He opted for challenging roles that allowed him to showcase his acting abilities and grow as an artist. This decision saw him take on diverse characters in films like The Beach, Catch Me If You Can, and Gangs of New York, among others. Dealing with fame highlights a critical period in Leonardo DiCaprio's life, where he had to navigate the immense changes that came with global fame. Despite the pressures and the challenges, Leonardo managed to stay grounded and focused on his craft. He used his newfound fame not to pursue more stardom, but to create opportunities that allowed him to continue growing as an actor. In the next parts of our journey, we will see how this decision to prioritize artistic growth over stardom helped shape Leonardo's legacy in the world of cinema. In post-Titanic roles, we delve into the career decisions Leonardo DiCaprio made after the monumental success of Titanic. As a heartthrob and global superstar, he had a wide array of roles and scripts available to him. However, Leonardo made strategic choices to diversify his roles and break away from the stereotypical image of a Hollywood heartthrob. The fame and recognition that came with Titanic could have easily typecast Leonardo into similar romantic roles. However, Leonardo was determined to prove that he was more than just a pretty face. He wanted to show the world that he was a serious actor with a wide acting range. One of his first post-Titanic roles was in The Beach, a drama-adventure film. Leonardo played Richard, a young American backpacker seeking adventures in Thailand. This character was a departure from the romantic Jack Dawson. Richard was complex and flawed, giving Leonardo the opportunity to portray a darker, more nuanced character. Next, in Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo took on the role of real-life con artist Frank Abagnale. This part required Leonardo to bring charm and wittiness to his performance while also showcasing emotional depth. The role was both challenging and exciting, and Leonardo delivered an exceptional performance. Perhaps the most significant break from his heartthrob image came with Gangs of New York. In this historical drama, Leonardo portrayed Amsterdam Valen, a young man seeking revenge in the chaotic world of 1860s New York City. The film, directed by Martin Scorsese, was gritty, violent, and far removed from the romantic universe of Titanic. These roles showcased Leonardo's commitment to diversifying his career. He actively chose roles that were complex, challenging, and different from what his fans had come to expect from him. He took risks, worked with acclaimed directors, and continuously pushed his boundaries as an actor. Post-Titanic Roles uncovers the conscious career choices Leonardo made to diversify his roles and break away from his image as a Hollywood heartthrob. He proved that he could handle a wide array of characters, from romantic leads to complicated protagonists. As we progress in our journey, we will explore how these choices helped Leonardo develop as an actor and set the stage for the iconic roles he would undertake in the future. Chapter 4: A Cinematic Maestro. A Scorsese prodigy delves into the fruitful partnership between Leonardo DiCaprio and the acclaimed director Martin Scorsese. This collaboration led to the creation of some of Hollywood's most memorable films and marked a significant chapter in Leonardo's career. After the success of Titanic, Leonardo was cautious about his next moves. He wanted to work with directors who would challenge him and help him grow as an actor. Martin Scorsese, known for his gritty dramas and complex characters, was an ideal match. Their first collaboration was Gangs of New York, a film that showcased Leonardo's ability to handle demanding roles and break away from his heartthrob image. Their next venture was The Aviator, where Leonardo took on the role of the eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes. The role was complex and demanded a deep understanding of the character's psychology. Leonardo, under Scorsese's guidance, delivered an outstanding performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Their partnership continued with films like The Departed, where Leonardo played an undercover cop in the Irish mob, and Shutter Island, where he portrayed a United States Marshal investigating a mysterious disappearance in a psychiatric facility. Each role was unique, challenging, and allowed Leonardo to showcase his versatile acting abilities. However, perhaps their most iconic collaboration was The Wolf of Wall Street. Leonardo played Jordan Belfort, a stockbroker involved in high-level corruption and fraud. The film required Leonardo to deliver a high-energy performance, showcasing the wild excesses of Belfort's lifestyle. His performance was widely praised and earned him another Academy Award nomination. A Scorsese Prodigy explores the deep creative partnership between Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. Their collaborations have produced some of the most unforgettable films in recent cinematic history. This partnership not only pushed Leonardo to challenge his acting abilities, but also cemented his reputation as one of Hollywood's finest actors. Throughout the next parts of our journey, we'll delve deeper into how these collaborations with Scorsese and other filmmakers helped shape Leonardo's career and how he has continually sought to challenge himself and push the boundaries of his acting abilities. In King of the World, we revel in Leonardo DiCaprio's triumphant Oscar win for his role in The Revenant. This achievement was not only a significant personal victory for Leonardo, but also a recognition of his enduring commitment to his craft. The Revenant marked a new challenge for Leonardo. It was a raw and intense survival drama set in the wilderness. Leonardo played Hugh Glass, a frontiersman on a quest for survival and revenge. The role required physical endurance and deep emotional commitment, demanding everything from Leonardo as an actor. Filming The Revenant was a grueling process. The crew filmed in harsh and remote locations under challenging weather conditions. There were intense physical scenes that required Leonardo to endure the bitter cold, swim in icy waters, and even eat raw bison liver. Yet, Leonardo embraced these challenges, committed to bringing authenticity to his performance. His portrayal of Hugh Glass was powerful and visceral. Audiences felt the pain and determination of his character, making his journey of survival and revenge all the more gripping. Leonardo's performance was universally praised and earned him his 5th Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. When Leonardo finally won the Oscar for his performance in The Revenant, it was a much-celebrated victory. After years of stunning performances and near misses at the Oscars, Leonardo finally received the recognition many felt was long overdue. The moment when he held the Oscar in his hand was a testament to his unwavering commitment to his craft, his ability to take on challenging roles, and his determination to tell compelling stories. King of the World is a celebration of Leonardo DiCaprio's Oscar victory for The Revenant. It wasn't just the recognition of a single performance, but a celebration of a career filled with memorable characters and outstanding performances. As we continue our journey, we will explore how this victory further shaped Leonardo's career, the roles he chose afterward, and how he continued to make his mark in the world of cinema. In Striving for Authenticity, we explore Leonardo DiCaprio's unique approach to acting and his relentless pursuit of authenticity in every role. This commitment to genuine performance has become a hallmark of Leonardo's career, setting him apart from many of his peers. Leonardo's acting style is deeply rooted in method acting, an approach that emphasizes emotional honesty and physical authenticity. This means that Leonardo doesn't just act, he embodies his characters, living their experiences to deliver truthful performances. Take, for example, his role as Arnie in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. To convincingly play a character with a mental disability, Leonardo spent weeks at a home for individuals with similar conditions. He observed their behaviors, their mannerisms, and their routines to fully understand and portray his character with sensitivity and respect. His commitment to authenticity extends to physical performances as well. During the filming of The Revenant, Leonardo braved harsh weather conditions and endured rigorous physical exertion to deliver a realistic portrayal of his character's struggle for survival. Despite the physical toll, Leonardo never wavered from his commitment to authenticity. His approach to his craft is not just about adopting a character's physicality or mimicking their behavior. It's about understanding their emotional journeys, their motivations, and their inner lives. For example, in The Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo not only had to mimic the lifestyle and mannerisms of Jordan Belfort, but also understand his insatiable greed and ambition. Striving for Authenticity gives us an insight into Leonardo DiCaprio's approach to his craft. His relentless pursuit of authenticity, his commitment to understanding his characters, and his willingness to push his limits have all contributed to his reputation as one of the most dedicated actors of his generation. As we continue our journey into Leonardo's career, we'll look at how his pursuit of authenticity has not only shaped his acting, but also his off-screen life, particularly his commitment to environmental causes. This commitment has made Leonardo not just a remarkable actor, but also an influential advocate for the planet. Chapter 5. Behind the Camera. In Uncharted Territories, we venture into a different aspect of Leonardo DiCaprio's career, his foray into film production. Although he is best known for his acting, Leonardo's passion for cinema extends beyond performances. His interest in storytelling and his commitment to meaningful cinema led him to establish his production company, Appian Way Productions. Established in 2004, Appian Way Productions allowed Leonardo to have greater control over the projects he was involved in. The company's focus was to produce films that were not only entertaining, but also had social, political, or environmental significance. As a producer, Leonardo was now involved in every aspect of filmmaking, from script development to post-production. The first film produced by Appian Way was The Aviator. This biographical drama about Howard Hughes was a critical and commercial success, further cementing Leonardo's reputation in the film industry. But the success of The Aviator was just the beginning. Appian Way went on to produce a wide array of films, including thrillers like Shutter Island, crime dramas like The Wolf of Wall Street, and documentaries like The 11th Hour, an environmental documentary that reflected Leonardo's personal commitment to climate change activism. As a producer, Leonardo also showed a commitment to promoting new talent. His production company provided a platform for upcoming directors and writers, giving them a chance to tell their stories on a global stage. Uncharted Territories uncovers Leonardo DiCaprio's ventures into film production. His production company, Appian Way Productions, not only allowed him to shape the kind of stories being told, but also gave him the power to bring significant issues to the forefront of popular cinema. As we continue this journey, we will see how Leonardo's role as a producer is interwoven with his off-screen advocacy, especially his deep commitment to environmental causes. Leonardo's career extends beyond the silver screen. He is a storyteller who uses his platform to make a difference in the world. In Activism on Screen, we explore how Leonardo DiCaprio has effectively used his platform to spotlight environmental issues through his documentary films. His transition from the silver screen to behind the camera as a producer and environmental activist tells a powerful story of passion and commitment. Leonardo has been an environmental advocate for many years. His deep concern for the planet and its preservation has been a driving force behind many of his choices as a film producer. This passion has led to the creation of several documentaries addressing global environmental issues. One of the most impactful of these is The 11th Hour. Co-written, produced, and narrated by Leonardo, the film examines the state of the global environment, including solutions and strategies for restoring the planet's ecosystems. It was a critical success and helped raise awareness about the urgent need for environmental action. Following The 11th Hour, Leonardo continued to leverage his influence to create documentaries about environmental issues. Before the Flood, directed by Fisher Stevens, was another such effort. The film follows Leonardo as he travels around the world, meeting with scientists, activists, and world leaders to discuss the dangers of climate change and possible solutions. Sea of Shadows, another documentary produced by Leonardo, takes a closer look at the devastating impact of illegal fishing in the Sea of Cortez. The film is a stirring call to action, highlighting the urgent need for global cooperation to save endangered marine life. Activism on Screen showcases Leonardo's commitment to using his platform for positive change. Through his documentaries, he has been able to bring critical environmental issues to a broader audience. These films not only inform, but also inspire, encouraging viewers to engage in the fight against climate change. As we delve into the final chapter of our journey, we will continue to explore how Leonardo's passion for environmental conservation extends beyond his work in film and into his everyday life. His story is a powerful reminder of the impact that one individual can make when they commit to a cause they truly believe in. In A Voice for the Planet, we learn about another important aspect of Leonardo DiCaprio's environmental advocacy: the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation. Through this organization, Leonardo has been able to extend his impact beyond the cinema and make significant contributions to environmental conservation. The Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation was established in 1998 with a mission to protect the world's last wild places. It aims to promote biodiversity, support renewable energy, and protect vulnerable wildlife from extinction. It's an initiative that embodies Leonardo's commitment to the environment and his desire to use his platform to effect change. The foundation supports projects in more than 50 countries and has funded over 200 initiatives. These projects span a wide range of environmental issues, from protecting endangered species to promoting clean energy solutions. Through strategic partnerships and innovative approaches, the Foundation has been able to create a significant impact. For instance, the Foundation has contributed to the preservation of key ecosystems, such as the Lusa ecosystem in Indonesia, one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. It has also played a role in the expansion of protected areas in the Pacific Ocean and funded projects to conserve endangered wildlife, such as the tiger and African elephant. But the Foundation's work isn't limited to funding projects. It also aims to educate and raise awareness about environmental issues. It has launched campaigns to shed light on the impact of climate change, the importance of renewable energy, and the urgent need for conservation. A Voice for the Planet tells the story of the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation and its important role in environmental conservation. As we conclude this journey into Leonardo's life and career, we see a man who isn't just an actor or a producer, but a dedicated environmental advocate. His passion for the planet permeates every aspect of his life, making him a truly unique figure in Hollywood. Whether he's on screen, behind the camera, or advocating for the planet, Leonardo DiCaprio continues to captivate and inspire. His story is a testament to the power of dedication, passion, and the relentless pursuit of one's beliefs. Chapter 6: Legacy and Influence. In Influence in Hollywood, we examine the profound legacy Leonardo DiCaprio has left in the film industry and how his exceptional performances have inspired upcoming actors. Leonardo DiCaprio has been a significant figure in Hollywood for over 3 decades. With an array of memorable roles under his belt, his influence in the film industry is undeniable. His performances have not only earned him awards and critical acclaim, but have also made him an inspiration for many young actors. Leonardo's commitment to his craft is awe-inspiring. He has been known for immersing himself fully into his roles, often undergoing drastic physical changes and pushing his limits to bring authenticity to his characters. This dedication has garnered him respect among his peers and made him a role model for aspiring actors. Many up-and-coming talents cite Leonardo as an influence, admiring his versatility and his ability to disappear into his roles. His portrayal of complex characters, from the mentally handicapped Arnie Gray to the corrupt stockbroker Jordan Belfort, demonstrate the wide range of his acting abilities and his refusal to be typecast. Leonardo's influence extends beyond acting. As a producer, he has given a platform to new talent and fresh narratives. His production company, Appian Way, has produced many successful films, further establishing Leonardo's influence in the industry. Furthermore, his environmental activism has also left a mark on Hollywood. He has used his status to bring attention to environmental issues, both in his documentaries and in his speeches. His efforts have inspired other actors and filmmakers to use their platforms for social and environmental causes. Influence in Hollywood portrays Leonardo DiCaprio as a defining figure in modern cinema. His impact goes beyond the roles he has played. He has shaped the industry with his commitment to authenticity, his promotion of new talent, and his advocacy for environmental conservation. As we proceed, we will delve deeper into Leonardo's wider cultural influence and his enduring legacy. In Footprints on the Planet, we explore the profound impact of Leonardo DiCaprio's environmental activism and its global influence. From his compelling speeches at international platforms to his instrumental role in significant environmental documentaries, DiCaprio's efforts have echoed across the world, igniting change. DiCaprio's environmental activism has been consistent and impactful. He has used every platform available to him to speak about climate change and the urgent need for action. One of his most memorable speeches was at the 2016 Oscars, where, upon receiving his first Academy Award, he spoke passionately about the environment and climate change. Apart from his speeches, his work through the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation has made a tangible difference in the fight against environmental degradation. The foundation's support for a wide range of projects globally, focusing on renewable energy, biodiversity, and climate change, demonstrates the scale and depth of Leonardo's commitment. Leonardo's influence has also been felt in the policy sphere. He has engaged with world leaders, urging them to take meaningful steps towards mitigating climate change. His contribution to the Paris Agreement, where he gave a speech as a UN messenger of peace, emphasizes the significant role he plays in global environmental activism. Moreover, his documentaries have managed to educate millions worldwide about climate change. They have brought to the forefront the devastating impacts of environmental degradation and the urgent actions required. His film, Before the Flood, is a powerful example, examining how climate change affects our environment and what society can do to prevent its demise. Footprints on the Planet thus underscores the profound influence of Leonardo DiCaprio's environmental activism. From Hollywood to global policy platforms, his voice has been an advocate for change. His relentless efforts have served to raise public consciousness about environmental issues and stimulate dialogue and action across the world. In our final part, we will reflect on DiCaprio's enduring legacy, looking at his overall contribution to cinema and society. In Enduring Legacy, we reflect upon the overall contribution of Leonardo DiCaprio to cinema and society, considering his remarkable career, his advocacy for the environment, and his impact on popular culture. DiCaprio's career has been defined by memorable performances in groundbreaking films. From Titanic to The Revenant, his roles have not only entertained audiences worldwide, but also pushed the boundaries of what is possible in acting. He is celebrated for his dedication to his craft, his meticulous preparation for each role, and his ability to bring complex characters to life with authenticity and depth. Beyond his work on screen, DiCaprio has leveraged his fame to bring attention to critical global issues, primarily climate change. His dedication to environmental causes has set him apart from many of his peers and demonstrated the power that actors can have in shaping public opinion and policy. His documentaries have educated audiences about environmental degradation and the urgent need for sustainable solutions. His speeches at international platforms have inspired leaders to take action against climate change. His foundation has funded over 200 projects worldwide, protecting endangered species and supporting renewable energy initiatives. Through these efforts, DiCaprio has shown that it's possible for one person to make a significant difference. DiCaprio's influence also extends into popular culture. His performances have become iconic, influencing fashion trends, catchphrases, and even inspiring internet memes. He has maintained a strong presence in the public eye for over 3 decades, yet he remains committed to his craft and causes, rather than getting swept up in the trappings of fame. As we conclude this exploration of Leonardo DiCaprio's life and career, we're left with a portrait of a man who has used his talents and influence for more than just personal success. His story is one of passion, dedication, and a deep commitment to making the world a better place. From humble beginnings to becoming one of the most influential figures in Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio's legacy is rich and inspiring. He remains a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of authenticity, and the significant impact that one person can have on the world.